Hi Aquarius, my name is Audrey Alison and this is your March 2014 forecast, and I'm indoors today because my neighbors are cuckoo. There's a lot of energy happening outside and it was a little too distracting, so I took it in. Let's get to your March forecast because I have so much to say and there's so many planetary aspects happening. Let's just get right into it. Okay. On the top of the month, the first, Mercury's now direct, okay? That's a good thing. All the communications are getting aligned and coming out correctly. However, we're still in a retrograde as I record these, so forgive my tongue-tied self because I'm tripping all over my words in these videos, which is kind of funny. On the first, we have a new moon. This new moon is 10 degrees Pisces, and Pisces for you is your second house of finance and money and resources and self-worth and self-value. This is an amazing new moon to have to focus on a steadier income or having more money come to you at this time. And you also have the support of Mercury being direct now in being able to ask for this. On the first also though, Mars, the planet of energy and aggression and action, goes retrograde. Okay, Mars is retrograding 27 degrees Libra. Libra for you, Aquarius, is your 9th house of faraway places. I hope you've gotten your faraway trip handled in the beginning of the month or the beginning of the year, January or February, because March is not the year to travel abroad or overseas. If you have to for work, I understand. You have free will and the stars and the planets are here to guide us. However, having a Mars retrograde in your 9th house would indicate zero energy to travel too much of a long distance. Also, Mars being retrograde will deplete you of any energy that you had stored in you. It just drains you. It drains the house that it touches. So your philosophies, maybe your thoughts on religion might be exhausted at this time as well because the 9th house rules religious beliefs. You could feel drained discussing them. You might go inward and be more of an introvert in this Mars retrograde. On the 2nd of March, Saturn also retrogrades at 23 degrees Scorpio in your 10th house of career. So right from the beginning of the month, there's some energy which would indicate you need to just rest through some of these planetary transits right now if you can. Saturn is the planet, is the grandfather buzzkill planet of restructure, control, restriction, and reconstruction. So he likes to really hone in on the house that he touches, and he's in your career sector. Saturn will make sure that you are implementing the right structure in your career, your social status, your recognition. He will get you what you're due. So by the end of his retrograde, his return, his reversed movement or his slowed down movement, he will restructure your house of career. So you could find yourself in a new place by the end of his retrograde, which isn't until 2 months from now. So he's going to be doing this for a minute, definitely in March. You don't want to be too hasty in making changes. Let Saturn do his work, okay? Let Saturn bring to you what he feels will suit you best in your career because, trust me, this planet likes to get the job done. It governs Capricorns, and they are nothing but workhorses, or work goats, I should say, because that's their symbol. On the 5th of March, Venus, the planet of love and money, goes into Aquarius, which is you. This is your first house. Venus is with you. What a blessing, okay? So Venus is going to be in your first house of self, personality, ego, until April 5th. You are appearing more beautiful. You are appearing more loving, caring, sensual, And you will get noticed when Venus is in your first house. Absolutely. So the planet of love is with you, and of money, okay? So your resources could be built upon at this transit time, and that's a beautiful thing. You could attract some amorous feelings and love partners at this time. If you're single, you could have a lot of options. Venus has people dropping at your feet when she is with you because you just exude such a soft, pleasant, attractive energy that it's hard to miss, and it's hard for people not to notice that. So it draws the opposite sex to you, which we like. On the 6th of March, Jupiter goes direct, 10 degrees Cancer. Jupiter's been stationed in Cancer since last July 17th and will continue to do so, or July 24th, and he'll be there until July 17th of this year. So this planet of luck and abundance and growth and expansion has been stationed in your 6th house of health. So, and routine, daily routine, and the 9 to 5 schedule, and health workouts, regimens. Aquarians have been feeling pretty good on the health tip because having Jupiter in your 6th house for the full year, Jupiter transits signs every year, and it takes 12 years for him to get back into your sign. So I feel like Aquarians have been feeling really good and refreshed and healthy and making healthier choices for themselves and getting a routine established into their daily health schedule, which is beautiful. On the 16th of March, we have a full moon, 26 degrees Virgo. Full moon for you would be in your 8th house of sex and other people's resources and shared resources. Also deep intimacies, and 8th house governs rebirth and transformation and change too. So having a full moon in the 8th could mean a dismantling of a sexual partner, meaning you'll choose not to really sleep or bed with them much longer, because full moons can bring things, they can bring things to fruition, and they can also dismantle things. Okay, so just keep an eye out for the 16th and see what's illuminated, because with or without your help, these things will be happening. So that should be interesting. Full moons also in the 8th could mean that there are secrets that come out. There's secrets, maybe even sexual secrets that come out around that time, about 2.5 days prior to the full moon and 2.5 days after. But it could also mean keeping a secret. You're keeping a secret that you don't want to share at this time, and that could remain with you for the transit from full moon to new moon of next April, which is okay. You can always keep things to yourself. You don't have to share everything in this life. Sometimes it's better to keep things to yourself. It helps manifest them. Okay, on the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, Mercury. This is going to be a crazy day at the bars for St. Patrick's Day because Mercury, the planet of communication and getting to know you, is going into Pisces. And this is your 2nd house of finance and resources and money. But you'll be able to talk about how you want to obtain money and structure and savings better at this time. You'll also be thinking about your finances on the 17th majorly and throughout the rest of the month. But something will be triggered on the 17th regarding your finances. I want to pull a card about that. Ooh, I just pulled the Sun. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy because my next, I'm ahead of myself because the next transit was the Sun going into Aries, into your 3rd house. And when I pulled the card, I thought to myself, well, should I pull one now? And I felt the urge to, and it is the Sun, so maybe I'll just go on with the next transits. The Sun goes into Aries in your 3rd house, the Sun. It brings in communications, but for me, I also think it could bring in romance. Pulling this card, it does mean marriage and soulmates. The Sun is a warming effect, but the 3rd house is obviously communication and local travel, intellect, analyzing the mind, study, technologies. And it's happy spring because it's in the northern hemisphere, it's the vernal equinox. And in the southern hemisphere is the autumnal equinox. So happy fall to all of you down there. But we like when it turns to spring. It's our new year for Western astrologers. And it's just a positive new beginnings, new things blooming. You can smell it in the air, the flowers and the anticipation. On the 30th of March, we have a new moon touching this house as well, your third house of communications. Our new moon is 9 degrees Aries. So this is a great time to implement. We start the month with a new moon and we end it on a new moon. It's kind of trippy. But it's a good time to implement any study, focus on study or what you'd like to learn. The third house could be teaching, writing, speaking publicly. Siblings also ruled the third house. Oh, trip on this. And your cars and how you're getting around. But your siblings could be coming into the picture the last 2 weeks of March. The sun could be bringing them in with Aries, that Aries transit, sun into Aries, and the new moon is bringing in talks, communications with siblings. It's all positive. It all feels positive as well as warm because of the sun. But if there are things you need to go over that aren't so positive with your siblings, it's a good time to discuss them because you have Mercury supporting you and you also have the sun and the moon. I mean, it doesn't freaking get better than that. Those are the major planets. I'd like to pull some cards for you, Aquarius, and see what they have to say for your month of March. The obelisk. This is the phase of transformation, also representing the 7 chakras. But to not get too shishi on you or witchy, I will say, look, you have growth not only in your 2nd house and 8th house of finance and resources. This is an earth. These are the coins. This is the 7 of coins, the obelisk. It could bring in the extra saving and resources that you're looking for, but it also is going through stages of transformation, which is that 8th house that you have activated a lot with the full moon there. You are transforming from the inside out, and your money is somehow helping you feel safe, safer in an internal transformation. I don't know how they're connected or correlated, but sometimes they are. In tarot and astrology, when I channel, things relate to one another even if they aren't said in the planetary aspects sometimes. But I'm feeling that you're going to feel safe in an internal transformation as long as your resources are in order. I almost feel like you'll feel more grounded that way. Let me pull another card. More coins. And you're an air sign, so I don't know. The coins are bringing in the resources. The Lady of Coins, she isn't the queen, so she's not at the top level yet, but she has enough to give earthly treats, and the fruits of her labor are picked and given. She's able to freely feel comfortable nurturing and treating other people with her bounty. She's also very representative of the 6th house of health and well-being and mild prosperity. So you have 6th house with Jupiter there and continuing to be there to help you really feel good about yourself for the remaining 5 months that he's stationed there. And the Lady of Coins is very grounded in her approach to getting her health and her prosperity in order. So I like that card for you as well, Aquarius. My name is Audrey Alison, and you can find me for readings at audreyallison.com and check me out there. You can also find me on Facebook at Audrey Allison, Astrology and Tarot. Have a beautiful March, and I will see you in April, hopefully outdoors. Have a sweet day. Bye, Aquarius.